When Odo came, my uncle died. When Odo left, my sister followed him. I was 16 the first time I truly witnessed the Odo festival in our village. I had heard about it all my life, how the spirits of our ancestors return to visit the living every 2 years. The elders say it's a blessing. But that year, it didn't feel like a blessing. It felt like something cold brushing your neck in the dark. The festival begins with drumming deep in the night. People dress in white, and Odo masquerades come out of the forest. They wear tall costumes made of dry raffia and carved wooden faces. They don't talk like us. They move slow, like they are floating, and when they dance, it feels like the air around them is heavy. My uncle, Motsi Chuka, had been sick for weeks. But on the night Odo arrived, he sat up in bed and told my father he had seen his late wife at the edge of the compound. She was calling him. We thought it was fever or dreams. But by morning, he was gone. No struggle. No noise. Just gone. People whispered, Odo came for him. I tried not to believe it. But then, something happened on the day the spirits returned to the land of the dead. The festival had lasted almost 2 months. We danced, we sang, we offered food at the village square. Everyone seemed happy, but my little sister Ada stopped smiling. She would go outside alone and stand near the big tree where the masquerades usually appeared. One morning, just before Odo were meant to return to the forest, Ada told me she had seen Mama, our mother who died when she was just a baby. She said Mama had been holding her hand in a dream and told her not to cry anymore. That night, Odo danced their last dance. The drums were slow and deep. It felt like the ground itself was breathing. The masquerades left the square and walked into the dark forest, and everyone watched them go in silence. The next day, Ada didn't wake up. She had no sickness. No wound. Just like my uncle. My father sat by her body and said nothing for hours. My aunties wailed and poured water on their heads. But I just kept thinking about what she had said. Mama held her hand. Since then, I've kept away from the festival. After Ada died, everything changed in our house. The laughter stopped. The music from the festival still echoed in the distance, but inside us, it was quiet. I remember standing by the big tree where Ada used to go. I looked at the ground, at the broken twigs and footprints left by the dancers. I kept thinking, did she really see Mama? Or was it just a child's dream? A week later, I went to the elders. I didn't tell my father. He was still grieving, barely speaking. But I needed answers. I needed someone to explain why 2 people I loved had left the same way. The elders were sitting in front of the obi, playing a slow game of ale. I asked them, can Odo really take someone with them? They looked at each other. One of them, Enzo Bikwi, spoke. He said, Odo are not like us. They don't take out of wickedness. Sometimes, the dead miss the ones they left behind. Sometimes, they call them. Another elder added, but not everyone hears the call. I didn't understand it then. I still don't, fully. But I left that day with a strange feeling. Like I was marked. Like Odo had seen me too. That night, I dreamt of the forest. I was standing at the edge where the masquerades had disappeared. The trees were tall, dark. There was no wind, no sound. Just stillness. Then I saw a light moving in the distance. It was faint, like a lantern. I walked toward it. And then I saw them. Odo. Tall, silent. Dozens of them. And behind them, faces. People I knew. My uncle. My sister. Smiling, but not speaking. just standing there, like they were waiting. I woke up gasping. My bedsheet was wet with sweat. I couldn't sleep the rest of the night. The next morning, I told my father. He listened carefully, then said something I'll never forget. He said, "They are still watching us." After that, I stayed away from the Odo festival. Even when it came again 2 years later, I didn't go near the square. But from the back of our compound, I could hear the drums. And sometimes, I saw the white clothes of the dancers moving between the trees. One evening, an old woman came to our compound. She was a storyteller. Everyone called her Mama Udu. She used to tell us tales when we were children. But this time, she came for me. She said, "I heard you saw Odo, in dream and in death. That means they've touched your path. You must speak of it." At first, I didn't want to. I was afraid. But she said something that stayed with me: when the living speak, the dead listen. But when the living keep quiet, the dead walk alone. So now, I tell this story. Not because I want to scare anyone, but because it happened. Odo came. And they took. But they also left something behind: questions, memories, and a silence that never truly fades. So if you ever hear the drums in the night, if you ever feel a chill when the masquerades pass by, remember, they don't just come for the dance. They come with eyes that see both worlds. And sometimes, they take someone home. I still believe it's sacred. But I know now that when Odo come, they don't come empty-handed. And when they leave, they don't go alone. Not everyone sees death. But I did. Twice. And I don't think I'll ever unsee it.